Hello, everyone. We're here at Azul offices in Sao Paulo. Today, I'm here with Tuppy, Vinicius Tuppy. He's one of the leaders of the project at Lokad. And well, we're going to discuss a little bit how he's working with Lokad, how was the project, and which is the outcome that he's expecting for this. So please, Tuppy, introduce a little bit about yourself, what you're doing here.
I'm Vinicius Tuppy. I'm the material planning manager here in Azul. What we do is to optimize our inventory levels. We need our goal is to make sure that we have all the material needed to do the aircraft maintenance, both heavy and line maintenance, in the most efficient, cost-efficient way.
Okay, great. So how was, before we started working together, how was working at Azul for Lokad's era? How was it?
Well, we had a few problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we had basically an Excel that have a lot of information in it, so it was really hard to understand, and it was really complex, and it was developed by a lot of people, some people that were not part of our team anymore. So the way we felt it was like nobody fully understood what we were doing on the optimization of inventory optimization. And the other point is we used classical probabilistic statistical model. So we knew where we should be, but we didn't know the best way to go there.
Okay.
So we wanted to go there at one time, and basically it's not possible because the gap have to have the best way to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And well, when the supply chain crisis came, we felt this problem even more because you have no idea of conditions. You have problems that you don't fully know the impact they can cause on your operations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we felt more that we need something new, something that can drive our decisions in a better way.
So this is working in Azul at that moment to identify the one side, the visibility of that, and then a coherent numerical recipe that understand how all things are linked in the operation. For example, the AOG problems, or I don't know, the purchase that you were doing. How was it that moment?
We've had like two big moments here in Azul. One, when we started, all of our decisions were fully operational driven. So we purchase almost everything that can cause an AOG because our biggest concern was to have the operation running, leaving the cost efficiency behind, and it caused a lot of overstock. And well, then, as I said before, when we had the supply chain crisis, even with an excess stock for a lot of part numbers, we've seen part numbers that we don't have enough, and we didn't know the risks or the impact it can cause, and what's the right decision to do with that. What we had, we had overstock, and we had operational impacts because of the lack of some specific part numbers.
Did you try any other solution, or I believe, for example, not only from a predictive analytics, but which other solutions were implemented before that tried to attack to the problem but failed to do it?
Basically, what we did, it was trying to improve our Excel tools to have more and more information to help us understand the impact or what to prioritize in an ideal condition, how we could be more efficient, with less stock. But the problem is, as we kept improving our Excel tool, we started to understand less and less what it was saying, and at some point we realized that we really didn't know the impacts of the changes we were doing, and so we went back and redo it, and it happened like a couple of times, and actually we didn't get to have the tool we wanted to, because there's also a limitation of where classical statistics can go, and also where Excel can go. So
okay.
also the,
So I believe that is the moment that Lokad appears. How you found out about Lokad? How was it?
Well, actually, Lokad found us. You found us, and we have a quick call. And after our conversation, like the philosophy of supply chain, qualitative supply chain, get us like a sparkle, and we went to Lokad website, and there's a lot of content. So we started to see, and like it makes sense, can help us, it can drive our decisions better, and that's why I believe we insisted a lot to make this partnership with Lokad. The philosophy behind it made like we really believe that that's the solution we needed. It's not the software. It was not the software.
Good.
But the philosophy behind it, that was really aligned with what we were looking for.
Okay, good. I think the philosophy is, for me, is the passion that I always share with the customers and clients. For you, which is if you can tell me one thing or two things that you get from Lokad, which is the idea that it say, I prefer Lokad rather than the other possibility that I have. Why Lokad?
When we spoke with Lokad, we understood that this philosophy is not only on the software, but also in the service.
Okay.
So when we are with Lokad, we are not only developing the software, but also the philosophy in our analysts.
Nice.
So that's really
change.
Now with Lokad, we see like as a big change. I believe that's also why almost everybody in my team wants to work with Lokad, because they see that who is working with Lokad is developing a new philosophy, and it can be like it really makes us better.
There are 2 points that come out from your answer. From one side, the supply chain sciences, and the other, the change management. So let's go for the first one, supply chain science. For me, one of the key values is the people that works at the team. Okay, I can name Marin, Erwan, Miguel, Arturo. For you, how important you see the supply chain sciences image in the project?
I think they're like essential. That's even bigger difference between Lokad and the other solutions. Most of what we've seen, or consultants, or tool that is already done and will be just adjusted for our business rules. But what we see with Lokad is the supply chain scientists are consultants that will understand our process and then translate it to the software.
Yeah.
And I think a good point is basically there's no step between the process and the development of the software. So you skip one possible communication problem.
Yeah.
Because usually talk to developers is not that easy for us that are not developers. And the supply chain scientists do it very well.
We have done for what was it before how is looking working with Lokad? Which are the results that you have seen working with Lokad?
We are still on go live for consumables, but we already seen some results. What I see as the main result is that now we know where we are. Like,
good.
With the previous tools, maybe we didn't really know where we were and the risks we were taking or the overstock we have. We've had like a big picture, but not the detail. And now we have the detail, and we are already starting to act on our problems and processes to avoid some risks, some problems that we created in the past, and making some actions to improve our future. So
good.
This is like a quick result that we are already having, and we already feel more comfortable to do purchases.
Good.
Because now we know what we are doing, we know what is driving our decisions, and it's really good to do because increases also the team engagement. They understand what they're doing, so they are like comfortable to do it.
Yeah, I would say besides of the number of results, I see the result of making the evolution of your team, that they understand, they have a vision, that everybody's engaged who wants stuff. I think is quite important. Now, as you said, we're going live with the consumables. We have some results. Which is the next development that you want to see at Lokad?
The complexity is bigger, but also the opportunity is bigger. So we are really anxious for the results and to this development, because, as I said, during the consumables development, we've seen some gaps on our processes that we were adjusting during the software development. So what we're looking now is rotables, understand this complex supply chain of rotables, gave us more control of what's happening on the rotables process, take the best decisions and find opportunities. Rotables, you know, it's not cheap. So any wrong decision or good decision, that's what will make the difference on our inventory levels and our service levels also.
I was thinking about the previous answer that you gave about the evolution of your team, and a good impact of Lokad is not only you bring inside your team, but this last day we've been talking with people in the financial side. We're speaking with people in the rotables, in the pool side. Why do you think it's so much impactful? Why do you think people is like, hey, I like this idea and onboarding you on this?
We are in a moment here in Azul where we are looking for cost efficiency everywhere. So we know the fuel rates, the fuel cost is increasing. The relation between real and dollar is crazy, and it's not helping us. So we need to find opportunity everywhere we look. We are looking for any opportunity here. And the thing is, Lokad is basically cost-driven decisions. So it's completely aligned with the moment Azul is facing out.
Excellent.
So everybody we speak really like it, because it's aligned with one of our main goals here in Azul for this year, which is cost efficiency. So
excellent. Well, thank you so much, Tuppy, for this kind words. I think it's one of the first and hopefully future more conversation we have, and hopefully one in Paris soon. Thanks so much, and well, hopefully we can see you next time.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to share our supply chain journey with Lokad. And see you.
Thank you so much, Tuppy.